Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. We'll start with the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 4 royal decrees. Upon the royal directives of His Majesty the Sultan, the Supreme Council for Planning sets up legal frameworks to construct model residential complexes. As an envoy from His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed conveys His Majesty's greetings to Prince Mohammed bin Nayef on the occasion of appointing him as a crown prince. And the Board of Directors of Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Science has approved the vision and message of the center and discussed the proposal to form a Board of Trustees for Sultan Qaboos Award for Culture, Sciences and Literature. And the number of wilayas and governorates of the Sultanate witness heavy to moderate rainfall, causing wadis to overflow. Those are the headlines, and now for the news in details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has issued 4 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 14/2015 on appointing Under Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Article 1 appoints Engineer Ahmed bin Hassan Alawi Adhib Ba Umar as Under Secretary of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Article 2 amends the organizational structure of the Ministry of Commerce and Industry in accordance with the requirements of the decree. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 15/2015 on conducting electronic census for population, housing and establishments for the year 2020. Article 1 conducts electronic census for population, housing and establishments for the year 2020. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the following day of its issue. Royal Decree number 16/2015 on declaring Deba Sports Club building as a public utility project. Article 1 considers the Deba Sports Club building as a public utility project. Article 2 authorizes competent authorities to expropriate through direct implementation of the real estate and lands necessary for the aforementioned project and establishments on it in accordance with the provisions of the Public Expropriation Law. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 17/2015 on appointing non-resident ambassador. Article 1 appoints Badr bin Muhammad bin Badr al-Mandari, ambassador to Yemen, as non-resident ambassador to Ethiopia and Eritrea. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. Upon the royal directives of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, the Supreme Council for Planning assigned a specialized house of experts to prepare a study to construct a model of modern residential complexes to be implemented during the coming years through real estate development companies from the private sector or investment funds, or as partnership between the government and the private sector, to provide for the citizens as per determined conditions and suitable prices. The aim of those complexes is to be available for the citizens interested in owning the appropriate houses with affordable prices. It came in a statement by His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masood Sneidi, Minister of Commerce and Industry and Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Planning. He added that the study was contracted last year and to select and reserve an appropriate location in the various governorates of the Sultanate to establish this type of complexes is undergoing in coordination with the Ministry of Housing. His Excellency pointed out that the study focused on how these complexes would contribute to meeting the growing demand for residential units and to provide alternative for citizens seeking suitable housing. His Excellency added that the modern residential districts project would be a quantum leap for the housing sector in the Sultanate, especially for the youth, as it would save them time and effort and enable them to deal with one developer while choosing the appropriate residence. It will also provide integrated residential complexes that have basic services with recreational and commercial facilities. As an envoy from His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed left the Sultanate for Riyadh on a visit to Saudi Arabia to convey His Majesty's greetings to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Nayef bin Abdulaziz Al Saud on the occasion of appointing him as a Crown Prince, Deputy Prime Minister, Interior Minister and Chairman of Political and Security Affairs Council, and to His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud on the occasion of appointing him as Deputy Crown Prince and Second Deputy Prime Minister Minister, Minister of Defense, and Chairman of the Economic and Development Affairs Council. During the visit, His Highness is accompanied by His Excellency Sheikh Abdul Malik bin Abdullah Al-Khalili, Minister of Justice, His Excellency Sheikh Mohammed bin Saeed Al-Kalbani, Minister of Social Development, and His Excellency Sayyid Dr. Ahmed bin Hilal Al-Busaidi, the Sultanate's ambassador accredited to Saudi Arabia. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed received the cable of thanks from His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jabr Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, in reply to His Majesty's condolences cable on the death of Sheikh Shamlan Abdul Aziz Al-Hamoud Al-Jarrah Al-Sabah. The Board of Directors of Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Sciences approved in its meeting the vision and the message of the center. The meeting reviewed the organizational structure, project of the center, and the proposal of forming a board of trustees for Sultan Qaboos Award for Cultural Sciences and Literature, in addition to some topics related to Sultan Qaboos scientific chairs and their work mechanisms. The meeting also discussed mechanisms of activating aspects of issuance and publication according to the center's specializations in order to enrich the culture, literature, and artistic movements witnessed by the Sultanate. The meeting was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal Al-Busaidi, Minister of the Diwan of the Royal Court, head of the Board of Directors of the center. His Excellency Khalid Mahfoud Bahah, Vice President and Prime Minister of Yemen, and his delegation left the Sultanate today. During their visit, he conveyed his greetings and wishes of President Abdurrabbu Mansour Hadi of Yemen to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos and the Omani people. They also discussed the strong brotherly relations and the existing cooperation between them. He was seen off upon departure by His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Hamad bin Hamoud Al-Busaidi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Sultan bin Salim Al-Habsi, Secretary General of the Higher Council for Planning, His Excellency Engineer Khalid bin Hilal Al-Busaidi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, His Excellency Mubarak bin Hamad Al-Mkhaini, Head of the Arab Orient Department of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and His Excellency Badr bin Muhammad Al-Mandari, Sultanate's Ambassador accredited to Yemen. The Shura Council approved during his session today adopting the suggestion of Small and Medium Enterprises Law Project with the aim to regulate, supporting and developing these enterprises and provide them with facilities. The Council approved also the suggestion of restructuring to correct the situation of driving schools, in addition to approving studying mechanisms of achieving food and water security in the Sultanate. The members also discussed the importance of establishing comprehensive legislation systems to protect water wealth in the Sultanate and facilitating licenses and reusing old wells procedures. The session was chaired by His Excellency Khalid bin Hilal Ma'wari, Chairman of the Shura Council. The Ministry of Housing called on citizens who own properties, whether buildings or green funds, to necessity of registering them on the 1st of June, either electronically or through post offices. The Ministry illustrated that the new applications will be done directly between the applicants and the Ministry without any permission from any government authorities, and indicated that the old applications that were sent to local committees of land affairs will be reviewed again according to the new procedures, and there is no need to register them again. The Ministry of Manpower issued a decision to exclude small and medium-sized enterprises from the percentage of Omanization in a number of professions and activities. On this basis, it's permitted to bring non-Omani manpower to work in these enterprises according to the following terms. The institution should be owned by the employer. The employer should be available full-time to manage the institution. He or she should be registered at the Public Authority for SMEs Development, as well as the Public Authority for Manpower Register as an employer. The employer should be insured by the Public Authority for Social Insurances. New archaeological discoveries have been made in the area of Hamasa in the wilaya of Buraymi. The initial discoveries indicated of the existence of ancient houses that reflected the nature of life in the area, and also places for date storage, and some pottery pieces were found in the area. During the search operations, an old well was also discovered that clarified the people's interest in agriculture. Under the supervision of the Ministry of Heritage and Culture, the search operations are in continuation since more than a month. And still to come in our news bulletin. The biggest factory for producing gypsum panels is inaugurated in the Governorate of Dhofar with a cost of 14 million Omani Riyals. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. A number of wilayas and governorates of the Sultanate witnessed this afternoon heavy to moderate rainfall accompanied with hail and causes the wadis to overflow. In the governorate of Dakhiliya, rains fell in the wilayas of Nizwa, Bahla, Hamra, Niyabat Jabal al-Akhdar, Izki, Samail, Ghafat and neighboring areas. The wilayas of Rustaq and Nakhal in the governorate of South Batna also witnessed moderate to light rain, and in the governorate of Muscat, rain fell in the wilaya of Qurayyat accompanied by thunder and lightning. Enhancing commercial and trade relations between the Sultanate and Poland topped the discussions of the Omani-Polish Forum organized by the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development. Here's a report.
The Omani-Polish Forum held in Muscat discussed through 16 work papers a number of topics, mainly investment motives and facilities between Oman and Poland, and acquainted with investment opportunities in the economic and industrial zones located in Duqm, Sohar and Salala in the sectors of food and renewable energy, industry, petroleum and gas, and information technology.
We are a young Polish company specialized in advanced IT solutions. We came to Oman to sign a contract with our local partner, Gulf Business Machines Oman. We will be implementing together 2 projects for one of large Omani companies.
On the sideline of the forum, an agreement was signed between 2 private sector institutions of both countries in the field of IT in order to boost the commercial exchange between the Sultanate and Poland that is currently amounting to more than $80 million.
We were able to identify key sectors where we could cooperate, like for instance food security, IT, medicine, clean technologies and transportation, and of course IT and ICT. Oman is a very important partner in the region, both in the political and also in economic terms, so we believe that having a good and really deep economic and political relations with Oman is crucial.
The Polish delegation that consisted of more than 45 personalities from the public and private sectors visited the special economic zone at Duqm to familiarize with the projects implemented there, as well as with available investment potentials provided to foreign investors.
In a statement to Oman Radio and Television, Faris bin Nasser al-Farsi, Director General of the Investment Promotion, said that the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Exports Development, ITHRA, implemented 6 promotion campaigns targeting a number of Gulf, European and Asian markets. Oman Air achieved the title of the best airline in the business and economy classes, leading ahead of a number of airlines in the region. This came during the announcement of Global Travel Awards for Middle East in Dubai. This is the 2nd successive time that the national carrier of the Sultanate won this award for business and economy classes. The award is one of the prestigious awards granted in recognition of travel and tourism products. It seeks to select and honor the best global tourism agencies through direct voting by thousands of experts in the world of travel and tourism, in addition to those working in the field of tourism, hotels and aviation. This accolade came to embody Oman Air's commitment to quality and reflects the outstanding position reached by Oman Air in the travel industry. A ceremony was held in the Cultural Center in Sultan Qaboos University for the inauguration of Al Khalil bin Ahmed Al Farahidi Cultural House. under the auspices of His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Muhammad Al-Rawas, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. The inauguration ceremony coincided with the celebration of Nizwa, capital of Islamic culture, for 2015. It witnessed a huge attendance from their excellencies, as well as intellectuals, literates, and journalists. The ceremony included artistic and poetic activities, in addition to acquainting the attendees of the works of the Omani personality in the Arab culture. The first factory of its kind in the Middle East for gypsum panels was inaugurated in Salalah Free Zone. It's considered as one of the important projects in economic and social aspects in the governorate. The factory will work to produce about 8 million tons of gypsum panels every year. It was presided over by His Excellency Sayyid Mohammed bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Dhofar. The inauguration ceremony included an introductory speech by the company's officials. The Carnival of Flowers, Fruits and Vegetables showcased several types of products and ways of flower assortments and botanical sciences. The carnival was organized by the students of Oman Tourism College. More details in the following report with Saif bin Khalfan Al-Kindi.
The event came as a requirement of the module event management, in which the students selected the extraordinary theme, which is Carnival of Flowers, Fruits and Vegetables, due to their strong belief in the importance of preservations of nature with all its beauty and diversity.
This event has prepared the student to work in conferences and exhibition, and the student, they have to find an event, international or national event, and they have to work on it from A to Z.
During the event, it was mentioned that this event is aimed at all people of all age groups and from all walks of life. It's a well-known fact that fruits and vegetables are beneficial for health of humans.
Because such people might do harm more than good.
The participants also aimed at sending an intended message of raising people's awareness regarding the importance of flowers, fruits and vegetables in their daily life. It also aims at encouraging young people to work in the agricultural sector, which has equal importance to the other vital sectors. Meanwhile, during the event, an Omani traditional flower was planted in the college. This traditional plant is called Al-Kida flower and gives aromatic senses to the environment. Well, the Carnival of Flowers, Fruits and Vegetables came as part of the students' curriculum, in which they practice the theoretical aspects into the labor market and showing the society the ways of conducting ceremonies and functions. Saif Al-Kindi for English News, Muscat.
This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos issues 4 royal decrees. Upon the royal directives of His Majesty the Sultan, the Supreme Council for Planning sets up legal frameworks to construct model residential complexes. As an envoy from His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed conveys His Majesty's greetings to Prince Mohammed bin Nayef on the occasion of appointing him as a Crown Prince. And the Board of Directors of the Sultan Qaboos Higher Center for Culture and Sciences approves the vision and message of the center and discusses the proposal to form a Board of Trustees for Sultan Qaboos Award for Culture, Sciences and Literature. And a number of wilayas and governorates of the Sultanate witness heavy to moderate rainfall, causing wadis to overflow. With that, we come to an end to tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, good night.